Hello, everyone. I'm Cynthia, and I'm back for part two of visualization and abundance. And yeah, so that's where we're at. We're on part two. The last video. So we talked about consistency with the last video and multi-level practices and visceral and vibrational. Um, so those are the three areas of visualization that I talked about in the last video. And if you want to recap, just go to the first video and go over it. It's not that long, hopefully. So yeah, so I want to branch off into a little branch off of the consistency again, because in the past few days, I've actually been hearing lots of information coming to me about being consistent and consistency. So I want to, really talk about that again in the beginning, that being consistent with these practices, whichever ones that you take with you and whichever ones you decide to use, require you to be consistent. So for a perfect example, waking up early in the morning, for me, it comes naturally. And it's something that I am excited about the majority of the time. And I've been that way since I was a child. But there have been moments in my life where I did not want to wake up early. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because when I wasn't really into waking up really early, um, a while back, I got in the habit of sleeping in a little bit later. Um, I wanted to retrain myself and make it become a default setting to wake up early. And when I first started it, I remember Marissa Peer, and then there was a couple of other people that I heard that were speakers, like on TED Talks and on in books and stuff. And they would always mention to or suggest that when you wake up in the morning, that you jump up and you get excited and you're happy to charge the day. But this is an expansion on that. Is that when I wake up, I not only do I like get excited about waking up, I fooled myself in the beginning that I was so excited. I mean, no matter if it was snowing, raining, or whatever, I'd get up, get dressed, walk my dog, and then have my coffee and my tea, and then take a really long pause with my coffee or my tea. And then I would walk my dog. And I promised myself, I made a commitment and a promise to myself that no matter what, that I would walk my dog. So throughout the times, where I was building this muscle, and rewiring my brain to wake up at 5 o'clock every morning, whenever I would feel like talking myself out of doing that, I would remind myself how amazingly lucky I am to have this opportunity alone by myself or with my dog, um, and with nature, and that I get to get up early. And the majority of the people are not even up that early. And all of the things that I get to see, and the beauty, and how lucky I am to have a healthy body, as healthy as it is today. And even with the scars and the bruises and the wear and tear, how lucky I am. And then I just get into this like flow of and no matter what, once I pushed myself to walking my dog, then everything, all of the negative or any dark, uh, weighted down energy just flushes out. And when it flushes out, it makes room for new, vibrant, healthy, positive energy. And absorbing magnetic energy is what you want. You want to make room for that new, fresh, healthy, positive, healing, light energy. And so it's just like, let it in, bring it in, let it out, bring it in, let it out, just like eating food. You want the energy to come in and let it out, let it come in and let it out. And you get into this dance through the day. And, or if you're an artist, you get into this groove, or if you're a knitter, or you like to sew, or a pottery, or if do the pottery wheel, or you're a runner, but you want to get into this flow and allow the anything that's bothering you, allow it to come in, and then just remember that you want to release it out. And these moments in the morning and in the afternoon and in the evening and all through the day, even while you're working, they will connect. And there's just segments through the day that just connect. And you just visualize yourself flowing through the day. And remember what I said in the last video. Think of yourself as the conductor. And what you want to focus on is that no matter what's going on the outside, whatever you can or you cannot change, whatever it is, in this moment, you are the conductor. And what your job is and what your goal is to conduct your cells and the energy and your organs and your blood and everything to be in sync and flow. And so while you go through your day, that energy will be magnetic and it will attract the things that you have visualized and you've made room for. And also some stuff that you subconsciously are not aware of that you've made room for as well, or shut off. But either way, you go through your day, and just every time you have a down moment or some downtime where you're not really busy and your mind starts to wander, start focusing and bringing the focus back inward, and just remind yourself, I am the conductor. I am the conductor. And then just start thinking about like different things that are bothering you through the day, whether it's outside or inside or inside. But it doesn't matter. The thing that you have to focus on is that when you have more control and you remain in the conductor position of your journey and of this vessel, this human flesh, it's your job to keep it steady and keep it in the flow. And then all of the things that you desire and that you have worked hard for, or not worked hard for, but have dreamt about, those things will be magnetic to you. And then you're allowing the space for it to receive it. It's easy. That's as easy as it gets. But we make it complicated and we want to go to the right, too far to the right. And we want to go too far to the left. And if you think of yourself on a river, you want to stay in the middle and you want to flow down the river, and you just want to let go and let the universe, God, whatever it is that you choose to believe in and know what is truth in your heart, but allow the universe or allow your higher power or your God to take control. You have a little bit of control, and then the rest is up to the universe, and you have to allow and trust that it will do its job. And you just kind of coast and stay out of the way and focus on keeping your self not too much to the right, not too much to the left, and not too high and too low. You want to just have like this even thing going, and you just want to stay on the tracks. And every once in a while you want to go a little to the right, a little to the left, but don't stay stuck. And just remember, when you're on the river, you don't want to get stuck on the debris. You don't want to run into branches and rocks, and so that will weigh you down, and and you'll snag and it'll hold you back and you can't get any further. You're just stuck. Um, and so you just have to think like that. So you just get real imaginative and really, really dig and be creative on how you look at yourself as a conductor, as a captain, or whatever. Um, and then there's this other thing that I wanted to mention. Another tool or exercise that I learned from Marissa Peer, and I had an email from her the other day, and I wrote it down. But it's it's very important that you're very specific um, what you want and what you're overwhelming your mind with. So like you have to treat your mind like a Google search. So like if you're procrastinating or you can't focus or you're finding yourself struggling in certain areas, if you just say like, here's an example of what I say. I say, I, instead of saying I'm trying to do this or I'm working on doing this, you can say, I'm narrowing my focus on this. I'm narrowing my focus on my marketing project for my new business. I'm narrowing my focus in my relationship. I'm narrowing my focus at this moment to raising $100,000, whatever it is. And you just keep your mind looks for trigger words and what is it, search words. And so you have to come up with clever ways uh, to trick your mind or not trick your mind, command your mind to teach your mind what to do. So whenever you get a little frustrated, just get focused and say, I narrow my focus. I narrow my focus at the task at hand. I narrow my focus at doing research for um, cerebral palsy, or I narrow my search to looking for, animal trainers. You do the same thing with your mind or with your brain. You have to talk to your brain and be real specific, you know. And then the other thing that I love, and I'm sure some of you heard of, is, whenever you're really having a difficult time or when you're at work, I do this at work a lot. I say anything that's in the way of healing, light, energy, and love in this moment, I delete, I uncreate, I destroy, and I reject it. Anything that's standing in the way of healing, light, energy, love, acceptance, I delete, I uncreate, and I destroy, and I reject it. And then it just keep going on and on. And you just do these little building blocks all day. Those are just a few things. And I guess for right now, um, that's the the um, the the main points I wanted to mention for part two. And I'm just looking. Yeah, you just have to keep thinking of yourself as a conductor, and you just think about like, oh, I want my cells. I want everything to be happy and joyful and healing and energetic and light. And I want to be the light, and I want to be the light internally. And I choose to heal, and I choose to love, and I choose to accept that everything that's happening today um, is an abundance, and it's all an abundance. And I'm thankful and grateful that I have this opportunity to be able to experience it and to enjoy it, or um, even the difficult times. I'm thankful that I have the opportunity to explore and experience that as well, the light and the dark, the rose and the thorns. um, so anyways, just start really opening up your mind to a more, creative way of looking at things in a different perspective and tackling these exercises and tips like an adventure and a challenge, and that you just know that all of these things that are coming your way and all this information, whether it be from me or Pocky or from you and the group, that it's all going to be so worth it after you practice some of these things for even a couple of days or a few weeks. So let's get to working and work on our visualizations and visualizing an abundance in all areas of our lives, and getting more specific, staying consistent. But yeah, so we got to stay consistent, keep going, keep trucking, keep moving along, and keep going with the flow. We are the conductor, we are the river, we are the captain. And with that, I'll say ciao, ciao for now, but I'll see you later. Bye bye.